Hello crafters, we should be live. Thank you all for joining me today. I can see already that lots of you are in the comments. So hello to Linda, hello to Leslie, hello to Sarah, to Linda, to Mandy. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Yes, we had a bit of a last minute rush there because Facebook wasn't playing very nice, but we've got it sorted now. So hopefully we should be good for today's live. So thank you for joining me today, of course, in the fabulous new studio. Very exciting. Just the second live that we've had from here. If you follow us on Instagram, you may have seen that I did treat us to some little wireless microphones, but having recorded 2 tutorials for the sound to cut out halfway between both of them, I've decided not to use those today. So we are going to be having a little look at the brand new 5x7 and 6x6 decorative dies, and they are going to be launching on the website tonight at 6 p.m. That's UK time. So it is just past 2 o'clock now, so 7 minutes past 2 now. So in only a few hours, these fabulous dies will be available on the website. Now, as always, the dies will be available individually, or we will have a lovely I Need It All bundle as well if you just can't decide. These new dies have come about from you guys asking for them. So basically, we've always done 8x8 nesting dies. Sorry, one of the comments just distracted me there. Seems strange seeing Chloe standing up. I know, it's my new little island that I now stand at. It's fabulous. So these new decorative dies actually came from you guys asking for them at home. So we do lots of 8x8 nesting dies, which are fabulous, of course, for your larger projects and your smaller projects. But you've maybe only got an A5 die cutting machine, or you maybe like to just make smaller cards, which is absolutely fine. So we thought we can do some beautiful nesting dies that are going to work perfectly for those. Or if you want to, you can layer them up and make them onto your larger projects as well. So that's where this whole idea came from, and we've kind of just gone from there and ran with it. So I'm going to pop the overhead camera on and I will we'll get started. So let me pop this in here. There we go. I'll just move my iPad just so that's a little bit out of the way there. So this is where we are going to be starting today. So we're going to be looking at the fabulous new 5x7 and 6x6 nesting dies. Now these are absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to show you exactly how to use them as well. Of course, if you follow us on Facebook or on Instagram, you will have seen that there are some fabulous little sneak peeks going up, which you have all been absolutely loving. So it's quite a small range, this one. There are only 4 designs in total. So starting off, we've got the 5x7 decorative ovals. So this one has got that beautiful kind of lacy detailed edge. So you get 7 dies in the set, and you get 1 decorative and then like a plain shape, so you can mat and layer them and nest them. But that plain shape has kind of got like a little 4-stitched border around, which is really, really pretty. So this one is your decorative oval. And what we've done with these as well is we have popped them on a magnetic storage sheet. So they're going to be much easier for you to store. The magnetic sheets aren't quite as big as our 8x8 one. We've shrunk them down a little bit, but these are brilliant. So you're going to be able to keep these all nicely together, and hopefully then you won't lose any of your dies. So that one is the decorative oval. And if I flip that round, you can see the size of this. So this one's actually being sized to work on a 5x7 inch card, but of course you can be using it on your other sizes as well. It's just to kind of give you at home an idea of the size of this one. So that one is your decorative oval. Next up, this one is an absolute must-have if you've got any of our statement sentiment stamps. The statement sentiment stamps fit perfectly into the middle of this one. So this one is the 5x7 decorative rectangle, and you can see you've got this beautiful kind of lacy detail around the edge on this one. Really, really lovely. So again, a really nice size, and then if we flip that over, you can see on the back the detailing that you've got in there. It's absolutely gorgeous. So you've got your decorative edge, and then you've got a plain edge with a little stitch running round as well. So it's really nice for your mats and layers. Makes it so easy. So that one is your 5x7 decorative rectangles. Next up, I think this one particularly is going to be really popular. So this is your 6x6 decorative squares. So again, if I hold that one up, you can see that beautiful detail just around the edge there. Okay, so again, you've got that lovely decorative edge, and then you've got the stitched edge as well, which looks gorgeous. So you're going to be able to mat and layer these up. Okay, so we'll flip that round, and you can just see on the back there all of the detailing. Absolutely gorgeous. So that one is your 6x6 decorative squares. And then next up, we've got the 6x6 decorative circles, and I think this almost looks like little tulips going around the edge. Really, really pretty. You're going to be able to use this in lots of different ways. It's a gorgeous design, really nice and delicate, and I'm going to show you how to cut these out as well. So again, you've got that decorative edge, and then you've also got the stitching around the edge too. And if I just flip that round, you can then see the detailing on the die. So these are absolutely beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to pop that one down. So those are your 4 designs. So we've got the circle, the oval, the rectangle and the square. So these are all priced at $14.99 each. Or we do have an I Need It All bundle, which I'll pop in for you now. So that one is, if you buy them all individually, that will come to £59.96. But if you buy all 4 together, the bundle price is $52.99. So that'll be the I Need It All bundle that's listed on the website. So you can see how you're getting all of those beautiful dies in that one set there. Okay, I'm going to pop some little finished sample card photos in while I gather up the samples that I've got next to me. So let me pop that in, and I'll be back with you in a and then you can see how that's all come together absolutely perfectly. So this one is from Christine, so she's used the decorative oval die there, and you can see how perfectly that works with all the different blue shades in there. She's used the Flower Power stamp to do the flowers on there, and you can just see how that all comes together beautifully. Next up, we've got this one here, which I believe is one of Becca's, and I've got this one prepped as a little demo actually, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently to how Becca's done it here. So you can see how she's got the lovely decorative circle just around the edge there, and how she's layered this up with some different patterned papers, and then used the little flowers in the corner here too. And you can see how beautiful that then looks. So if we open that up, that's a little shaped card blank. And you can see how gorgeous that one there looks. Next up is this one here. So this is using the 5x7 decorative ovals, and you can see how this has been done on a 5x7 card. So you can see how lovely that works. We've used one of the sentiments in the middle, and we've also used the Chloe Classics just around the edge there as the embellishments. Next up, we've got this one here. And this is showing you how perfectly this works with those statement sentiment stamps. So that largest frame, you can be using that round the edge, and then you can be using the next one in to do your little statement sentiment plaque. You can see how that fits perfectly in the middle there. Another one, again, using those statement sentiments, but this one's using the Well Done You Did It, which is lovely. Absolutely gorgeous. And then we've got a slightly larger project here as well. So this one's matting and layering up that decorative rectangle, and you can see how gorgeous that is. These glittered look absolutely amazing too. They look fabulous. We've got another one of Christine's here, and she's gone to town, of course, with all of the glitter and the sparkle. So we've got this one here, again, using the oval, and you can see how gorgeous that is. I know maybe it's a little bit late for this, but Easter eggs I am seeing with this one would make some fabulous Easter cards. So you can see how beautiful that then looks. And again, die cutting 2 out and sticking them together to create your own shaped card blanks. Absolutely gorgeous. Next up, this one is beautiful. This is one of Becca's. So you can see how she's used all of those lovely teal and turquoise colours, layered up the rectangles, used the rectangles to do a little sentiment plaque as well. You can see how perfectly this all works together. Then we've got the decorative squares, which again, I am predicting this one's going to be really popular, the square one. But if I pull that in really close, there we go. Can you see the detail on here? The detail on these dies is just stunning, and it just die cuts out absolutely beautifully. The depth and quality of the dies is fantastic, as if you've had any of our dies before, you will know. So you can see how gorgeous that one is. So that's using the 6x6 decorative squares. Next up, this is one of Glynis's, and she's actually written this one up, so it'll be going on the blog soon. So you can see how beautiful that one is. Again, using those statement sentiments. But what I love is how she's actually used the, she's coloured the birthday in, but then glittered it. So it gives it like an ombre effect, which is gorgeous. And then another one of Becca's here, using those 6x6 decorative squares. So you can see how beautiful that one is as well. So these all mix and match and work absolutely perfectly to create your base cards, or if you want to use them for your mats and layers as well. I'm just going to grab a card from the back, this one that I wanted to show you, which is one of Christine's. And what she's done is she's used the square and die cut 4 out. So if I hold that up close, can you see that there? How she's done the 4 to build a background up, and then use the circle in the middle with the flowers. How cool does that look? Looks really, really lovely. So that gives you a few ideas of what you're going to be able to do with these dies when you get them home. But I want to show you exactly how to use them too. So let me pop the other camera back in. There we go. Right. So I'm going to be showing you how to use, we're going to do, should we do embossing folders and rectangles first, I think. So if you just give me a couple of seconds, I'll just grab all of the little bits and pieces together. The focus today is absolutely on the dies. So some of the flowers I have kind of pre-made up and things like that, just so that I can show you all of the different things that you can be doing with these fabulous dies. So I'll pop some finished card samples in for you to have a little look at. I'll gather my little bits and pieces up and then we'll get started. Right then, so we will get started. I've zoomed in the camera just a little bit, so hopefully you'll see it a little bit clearer now. So I've got a 5x7 card blank that I'm going to start with, and then I've taken just a piece of the same white card, stuck the die to it, no, we'll have to turn it round, it's fine. I've cut a same piece of the white card and just cut it 1/4 of an inch smaller all the way around. And then we're going to use one of the fabulous 8x8 embossing folders. So this one is the Decadent Dot, and you have all been loving these, which I'm so pleased about. We do have a lot more of these designed as well, and a lot more of these coming. So I am really, really happy that you have been loving the 8x8 designs. So I'm going to take my card and line it up in the folder to start with. Now with your 8x8 embossing folders, you will need A4 plates. So I'll just grab my 2 Gemini plates out. So I'm going to pop that one to go that way. And then put that there. So I've basically just lined it up so like half the piece of card's in the folder and half the piece is out. And I'm going to run this through. So this is like a really simple kind of white on white card that we're going to be doing here. So we'll just run that through the Gemini. There we go. And we'll just grab that at the other side. And we'll open that out. And then you can see instantly the depth and the dimension that you've got with that embossing folder. It's absolutely gorgeous. So then when we lift that out, you can see how you've got half of that design just embossed. Okay, so we'll pop that to one side. So basically what I thought was, this is just an idea that I came up with while I was kind of setting up for the Facebook Live. I thought, oh, let's do a white on white card. And we'll just use literally white paper, white card, white vellum and see what happens. So that's what we're doing. So next up, I have taken, now my dies are on the 8x8 sheets. Because when we get the sample ones, we don't actually get any packaging with them. We literally just get the dies. So your packaging is a little bit smaller, just to give you an idea. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken the second decorative frame, the second largest one, and we're going to die cut that now from some white card. So to do that, we are going to take our die. I'm going to take a little bit of low tack tape. Just to tape this down into situ. There we go. Like so. And I'm going to take my scissors and just trim that down. So I want to cut another piece out from that bit too. So now I'm going to take my Gemini Junior plates and I'm going to use them in my big Gemini. So with my Gemini Junior plates, I like to use my base plate, my magnetic shim, my plastic shim, my die with my card, and then my cutting plate on the top of there. Then we're going to run that through. So I'm just going to run that through my Gemini and grab that at the other side when that then comes out. So you can see in that one pass that die is cut through absolutely beautifully. So just going to lift that away like so and then push that out. There we go. And you can just take a little pokey tool just to release any little bits of card that are a little bit stuck in there. Like so. There we go. You can see how beautiful that design, oh, there we go, is. It is so, so pretty. So we're going to pop that down to one side and I'll just get rid of those little bits of card. And we're going to take the next layer in that die set now. Okay. And we're going to tape that down into place onto the other piece of card. So again, just plain white card. So literally we're not using anything difficult, anything technical. We're just using the basic materials. So we're going to take this one now, tape that down. And then we're going to run that through our machine. So I've got a little sentiment stamp here. So this is from the Flower Power collection and it's from the Birthday Verse set. So I'm going to pop that down onto my acrylic block. I'm going to take this piece out so that's ready to mat and layer onto there. Okay. So we're going to stamp our sentiment in the middle of here. So I'm going to I'm just going to do it in a VersaFine ink pad. So I personally quite like a grey ink pad. So I'm using the VersaFine Claire in Morning Mist. I'm going to give that a little ink up. Just a little light tap there. And then we're going to position that down in the middle. pen press. There we go. So you can see that there. And then when we lift that away, we've got that lovely little birthday verse stamped out there. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to give that a little blast just with my heat gun, just to make sure that's dry. There we go. And I'm going to grab in my chisel tip glue pen. And I'm going to take some scrap paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my chisel tip glue pen. I'm going to take it and just literally scribble over the edge that decorative die. I think I've picked up my glue pen that's a little bit dry. This one's got more glue in. There we go. So you're just going to scribble over there, and then we're going to take our Crystalina glitter. So again, I thought I'll try and do this demo just to show you how you can use all the bits and pieces that you've probably got in your craft box. So if we just work around, adding our glue over onto this kind of lacy edge. Like so. There we go. Okay, and then we'll start to layer this all together now. So we're going to use, I'll move that white paper out there because it's really hard to see the white on white. So we're going to use some foam pads to start to stick this together. So we're going to stick the sentiment down first. So just a few foam pads onto here, like so. Whip the backs off. Our foam pads are honestly amazing as well. They are so, so good. They come in a pizza box, but they are brilliant. So we'll mat that down onto here, like that. And then a few foam pads just on the back of here as well. And I like to put foam pads on the back of it, especially when you've die cut a layer, because I think then when you get the light dancing through, and it just gives a little bit more shadow and shade to it. So that's then going to go onto here. But before I stick that down, I've got a little length of pink ribbon that I'm just going to tuck round the card like this, stick at the back. There we go. Take some scissors and just trim that off there. And then we'll take this one, pull that nice and tight, like that, and then just stick that one there. Okay then. So next up, we're going to take a little bit of Kalal, and this is the all-purpose glue. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of this on the back, just so it then sticks this down flat. Like using glue for my mats and layers because I am terrible at sticking things on straight. So at least with the glue, it gives me that little bit of time just to shuffle things about and move a little bit. So I'm going to stick that onto my card here, like so. And then we're going to pop our little sentiment just to the side. And we're going to stick that about there. Okay, and then I've got a little pink bow which I've just added a sparkler into the middle of. So I'm going to stick that just to the side like that, like so. So you can see how that's coming together there now. And then next up, I'm going to make some little pink vellum flowers just to go in this bottom corner here. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of scrap paper, and I've already die cut these out. These are just from white vellum, and I've used the Flower Power die set to do these. So we're now going to take a little bit of Kitsch Flamingo Distress Oxide ink pad, and we're going to use our gorgeous blending brushes. We're going to just ink in the middle of these flowers, like so. Just want a little bit more ink on. Just going to go in a little circular motion, not being too precise, not being too careful. We just want to get a little bit of ink onto there, like this. So we're just going to keep going, inking these up. There we go, and then we'll do the next one. Like that. Okay then. So now we've got those nicely inked up. I'm going to just give them a little blast over with a heat gun again, just to get that ink nice and dry. Go. And then I'm going to just take my fingers and just pinch down the middle of the petals. So literally all I'm doing is holding that design in the middle and pinching like this. So we're basically just folding them in half. Just working round. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the Arc Glitter Dries Clear Glue and just start to stick these together. So just a little blob of glue into the middle. And then we're just going to start to stick them together. So I'm going to stick 3 together. The first one. And then the next one. So you can see how that's all layering together there. Right, so we can pop those just on the side like that. And I've got my little stamens that I've already glittered. So I've die cut these just from some white card, and then I've just glittered them with crystal pink glitter. So I'm going to pop that into the middle, and I'm going to pop a little sparkler into the centre as well. So I'm going to use one of the smaller size ones. And you can see these are like super, super sparkly little crystals to go in the middle of your flowers. So, grab a glue dot to stick these together. So I'm going to take a little glue dot just onto the back and then stick that there. And then the same with the next one. Stick that down there. And then just roll that into our fingers like this. So I like to pull those little stamens up so it just gives it a little bit more dimension. And then pop a little glue dot just onto the back and then stick that down into the middle of the flowers. And then we can just stick those there. So I'm going to use a little bit of pin clay to stick those down, just because then you've got a little bit of manoeuvrability. And then I've got some little, we like to die cut out quite a lot of like foliage, and then just keep it all in a little box. So I've got some of the leafy foliage. So I'm going to take a piece of each. So one faces left and one faces right. And I'm just going to trim the ends off like that. And I'm going to take this and tuck it in just behind the flowers. Go. And that would be your finished card. So you can see how quick and easy that was to make. And I know I see you all on YouTube. You ask for smaller card projects, so today I'm delivering. I'm making some smaller cards for you all today. So you can see how we've used the embossing folder to create that beautiful dotty texture in the background. Then we've got the gorgeous new frames just going around the edge with the little sentiment, and we've just built up some flowers. So that there would be your completed card. So I hope that you have enjoyed watching me make that project, and of course you can watch it back when you get your beautiful decorative dies home, and you'll be able to recreate this one too. So I'm going to pop this one down to one side, and I'll pop the details in for you to have a little look at for anyone who's maybe missed about the pricing and the launch time and everything. So these dies will be launching at 6 p.m. tonight over on our website, www.chloescreativecards.co.uk. So I'll pop the graphic in for you. There we go, so you can see the details there, and I will just get ready for another demo. Right then, crafters, so we are going to be making a little circular card next, which is super duper cute, but I'm going to do it a little bit different to how Becca's done this one, and I'm going to show you how you can stick two together to make like a fancy shaped card. So I'll pop the overhead on so you can have a closer look. There we go. So you can see this one here. So this is what we are going to be creating. So we're going to be using some little floral embellishments that we've nearly got already made up. We're going to be using a happy birthday stamp, and we're going to be adding a bow to this one as well. So we'll get started. So we're going to start off by using some azalea pearl card. So we're going to take our circle and we're going to tape that down onto the card. So just got a little bit of low tack tape here. So we'll take that down, and then we're going to take our plates. So again, I'm using my A5 plates just to show you how these will all fit. So you can use these in your A5 machines, or you can be using them in your A4 as well. So I'm going to just feed that through my Gemini. There we go. And then when we lift that out, you can see how that has cut beautifully just in the one pass through the machine. Okay, really, really lovely. So that is your decorative circle, and that's the largest one of the dies. So then next up, I'm going to just tap out the waste. So just bear with me here. There we go, it's the quickest way. Nobody wants to sit me watching me poke all the little bits and pieces out. So we're going to take the die again, tape it down onto another piece of azalea, and we're going to die cut a second one. So I'm going to just trim that out, just so it then fits on my plate. And I'm going to run that through. So again, we're just going to run that through our Gemini machine. And then grab that at the other side. Just lift that out. There we go. So we've now got 2 of those decorative circles cut out. There we go. Just making a right old mess in this corner down here. Okay then. So next up, we are going to take a piece of the Kunzite pearl card. I'm going to just take the plain edge die on this one. So we're going to just tape that down into place, like this one here. And then we'll run this one through. And then we'll lift that out and see how we've got plates are leaving a bit of a mark there, but you can see how we've got the circle all nice and die cut there. So that's then going to go onto the top of there. So then next up, I'm going to take the next decorative circle. Do I mix this up a little bit? I'm just having a little think here. Do I go completely rogue? Could do. Right, I'm going to cut another one out of the pinks. I'm going to cut the next smallest one out of the azalea. Does anyone else do this at home, where you start making one thing and then it takes a slightly different turn? So then we're going to just send this through. Going to go onto there, and then we're going to take our patterned paper, send that one through again. There we go. And then we'll lift that out. And we're going to stick that onto there. Okay then. So next up, I'm going to just push that through. So I'm going to stick 2 of these together. I'm going to just fold one just back a little bit. You just have to work out so you've got a little bit in contact. So I'm going to use my scissors just to rub across the back there, just to give that a bit of a score. And then I'm going to take a little bit of glue. So I'm just using my Dries Clear PVA onto there. And then I'm going to stick that down onto there. So that then will create your little freestanding circle card. Okay. So then we're going to start and mat and layer these pieces up. So using a few different colours here. So I'm going to use a little bit of 3D foam just under the back. Just to add that little bit of dimension. There we go. And then we'll just take the back off of there. And we'll stick that down onto our card, like this. And we're just going to keep layering this up. So we're going to layer up all of the different bits and pieces. I've not got that one stuck down nice and evenly. Just lift that off. Stick that back down there. And then pop our patterned paper just over the top. So we've then got our little circular card, all looking all nice and cute. So we've got a couple of flowers here which have been done with the patterned paper. It's just the reverse of it. So these have just been stamped and embossed onto there, and then a little bit of ink into the middle. So I'm going to take these and just pinch the petals just down the middle. And then just add a little bit of glue into the centre. There we go. So we've got our little flowers layered up. And then again, we've used a little stamen and just die cut that from some mirror card. I'm going to just pop that down into the middle. Like so. And then this one there. And then we'll take a little sparkler and just put that into the centre of each of the flowers. So these ones are the smaller size in the sparklers. And I'm going to take a glue dot just to stick those down. So just take these little ones here. Oops. That's going to go there. And that one's then going to go there. We'll pop those to the side. And we've got a little happy birthday that I want to stamp and emboss. I'm going to do that first before we stick those on. So we've die cut that from some Lagoon mirror card. And then I'm going to take my little anti-static bag because we're stamping onto mirror card. Give it a good dust over. And I've got my happy birthday stamp, which I'm going to take my Wow clear embossing ink pad. I'm going to ink it up over the top. And I'm going to lean in. Hopefully you're not just going to get a shot of my roots. Just try and stamp that down. Don't know if I may have just smudged that a little bit there. There we go. Right, so then we're going to take a little bit of scrap paper. I'm going to cover this with some opaque, bright white, super fine embossing powder. So you just want to shake that over and then tap away the excess. It's going to go straight back into the jar. think we've got any little stray flecks there. I might have a couple just on this edge here. But you can just go in with a paintbrush and just sweep those away. And then we're going to take our heat tool. I'm going to just heat that up. We're just going to work our way around. There we go. Heating that up. So then I'm just going to give that a couple of seconds just to cool. While that cools, I'm going to grab some foam pads and I'm going to just pop a couple of these just onto the back. So I'll have to just trim them down a little bit. So then if I flip that over, go, and then we'll take the backs off of these. Just check where my fold is. My fold's at the top there. I'm going to stick my happy birthday down. Then I'm going to stick my two little flowers just off to the side. Bring that one in. I'm going to move this up just a little bit there. There we go. Right, and then we're going to take a little bit of glue gel and just start to stick this down. And then we've got some of that leafy foliage again. This is such a useful die as well, the leafy foliage one. It's brilliant for just tucking in behind your flowers. So, a little bit of glue just on the back of there, and then we'll just tuck this in. And actually, I was going to put a bow on there, but I don't think it needs it. So I'm just going to leave it like that. And that there would then be your finished card. So really hope you've enjoyed watching that little demo as well. So that one was using the 6x6 decorative circles. So again, I'll pop the little graphic in with the details of the products and of all the new ones. They are $14.99 each, or you can do the I Need It All bundle for $52.99. They will all be on the website tonight from 6 o'clock. So you'll be able to have a little look on the website then. So let me just pop the graphic in for you now. And I will just get ready Right then, so this is going to be the card that we are doing next. So this one is using the decorative rectangles, which again is a lovely, lovely die. So I'm going to just pop the overhead camera in just a second, and then you will be able to see me create this one. So I'll pop the card down on the overhead. Let me switch this round. There we go. So then you can see exactly what we're going to be creating. So it's going to be this one here. So we're starting off with a, I think this is a 5x7 card blank. Let me double check that. Let me get my guillotine. 99% sure. Do you know when you start to doubt yourself? Yes, it is. 5x7. 5x7 card blank. And we've got a beautiful piece of aquamarine pearl card that we're going to glitter and just stick on the top. So we're going to take a piece of scrap paper to start with, and we're going to take a chisel tip glue pen and our lovely Crystallina glitter, and we're just going to glitter around the edge. There we go. And then we're just going to dunk our card into the glitter. So we're on a right roll today, aren't we? 3 demos. We're doing well. So there we go. So we've got that little glittery border going around the edge. And of course, as always, what I'll do is I'll take these cards next door and I'll sign them. So then if anyone places an order for the new dies, we'll pick out some orders at random to receive a finished card. So we're going to be taking a little bit of glue just onto the back. And we're going to stick this one down onto here, like so. And then we're going to take a piece of crystal white pearl card, and we're going to take the largest of the 5x7 decorative rectangles, and we're going to just tape this down into place onto the card. So let me just grab this one here. There we go. And we're just going to use our junior plates again and run that through our Gemini. So again, these decorative dies will fit through your A4 cutting machines, or they will fit through your A5 ones as well. So we'll just run that through, grab that one when it's at the other side there, and we'll just lift that away. Like so. Okay, so you can see how that's all cut through. What I'm going to do is just poke these little bits and pieces through. So let me just grab my little poke tool. I'm going to do this over the bin just so I don't make an absolute mess. I mean, I say that like I haven't already made a mess, when realistically, yes, I have made quite a lot of mess down here. But I will hoover it up afterwards. So just push these through. I know this is not the most exciting thing to watch, is it? Pushing the bits out of a die. There we go. Just run that around. There we go. I'm going to push these little bits through as well. Sometimes you just get a little bit landlocked, so you just have to give them a little push with your pokey tool there. I think this bit hasn't quite cut all the way through, but I think it's because I've got a crack in my plate, which is probably messing the pressure up. Never mind. Get them through there. There we go. Right, so that is then our lovely die cut rectangle there. So you can see how lovely that's looking. So again, we're going to take some foam pads just onto the back of here, and we'll just get this stuck onto our card blank. I'm just going to work my way around, sticking my foam pads down, like that. And then I'm going to just take the backs off, like so. And stick this down onto my base card. And then I've got a piece of the lovely patterned paper. And I'm going to take my die and just the next one down. So this is like the plainer edged one, just with a little bit of stitching. So I'm going to take that, tape that down and run that through our die cutting machine again. But you can see how nice and easy these are to make your cards with, because they're kind of doing all of the hard work with the matting and layering for you. So you can pop this through. There we go. And then we're going to lift that out. And that's going to get stuck just onto our base card. So that's going to get stuck flat. So a little bit of glue again, just onto the back of there. Okay, and then the next part is we're going to miss a die and then take the next inner one. I'm going to die cut that all from some crystal white pearl card. Take the fancy one first, and tape that down onto my bit of card here. If I might get them both through in one, but I'm not going to push my luck. Do this one first, and then we'll die cut the next one. Just from some crystal white again. I'll then just tape onto here. Like that, and we'll run that straight back through. And we'll tape that out again. Push that through. There we go. So we're going to layer this up now. So I'm going to take some foam pads again, just onto the back. Oh, I've forgotten to stamp my sentiment. Well, this one's going to be a blank one. Perfect for any occasion. So I'm going to pop this one across the middle here. So what you would have done ordinarily is stamped your little sentiment onto there, but because I've forgotten, this is going to be a little blank one that can be used for any occasion. So what we've then done is taken the Flower Power stamp and die set, and we have die cut out the flowers. So we've used the largest one and the medium, I think it is, from some of our gorgeous watercolour washers vellum. And then we've just stamped the stamp over the top, embossed it in white and added some Crystallina glitter onto there. So can you see how it's got that lovely sparkle to it? So then we're going to just pinch across the middle here. And we're just going to layer this up. So I'm going to use a little bit of PVA glue just to stick this together. And then we've done exactly the same with the smaller ones as well. So this one I've pre-pinched. We'll do this one too. just work our way around, pinching the little petals. And place that down onto there. And then again, we're going to use some sparklers. We are obsessed with these. We use them pretty much every single card. So I'm going to take a large one and 2 of the smaller ones. And then we'll take some glue dots to stick these on with. And it's going to go onto there. That one's going to go onto there. One's going to go onto there. Okay, so then these are going to get layered up onto our card like this. Take a little bit of pin flare glue gel. I'll squeeze on the back so it's the large one stuck down. And then the 2 middle-sized ones. Okay, and then we're going to take our bits of leafy foliage. So again, these have just been die cut from some crystal white card. And what I would recommend is if you want to get ahead with your foliage, die cut a batch just from white card, and then you can always ink it with your distress inks if you want to colour it. So we're then going to take a little bit of glue just onto the back of there. Stick these little leaves down. There we go. And that would then be your finished card. So all you would then need to do is just embellish, obviously add your sentiment before you stick the plaque down. I'm sure we've all done that one before. But then you can just embellish with some little self-adhesive sparkles, and that would be your finished project. So, oh my word, we've got 3 demos in today. How good is that? So I'm going to just have a little tidy round just while you're looking at that card there. Try and just de-glitter the work surface a little bit. There we go. Right. Move this all out of the way. Make sure that lid's clipped on that Crystallina. And I can bring the dies back in to show you too. I know that lots of you are asking questions about the stock and things. I know the relatives dies. Oh, sorry, I've taken the card away there. The relatives dies, we have been showing you on some finished samples for a little while. They are coming soon. The reason why we decided to kind of do it to start and pop them on the finished samples is obviously a lot of our cards are quite involved, so they do take a little bit more time to make. So what we thought was, if we kind of just start popping them on some of the finished samples, then we've got lots of different ways to show you how to use them. And to be honest, I wasn't expecting to get as many questions about them as we have. So I know that lots of you are looking forward to those. They will be with us soon. So please do just sign up to the email on the website. That is the absolute best thing that you can do, is sign up to the email newsletter. We send you an email when we've got any new launches. We send out a weekly roundup email. So if there's a special offer, new blog posts, new YouTubes, you'll get the email. And we're going to be doing lots more things in the future. This is what I personally have been working on behind the scenes over the past few weeks, is all about the website, all about what we're doing on socials and things like that. So there is an awful lot more stuff coming your way very, very soon. So please do hop over to the website, chloescreativecards.co.uk, and sign up to that email newsletter. Then you'll never miss out on anything new, any new launches. As well, keep an eye on the coming soon page on the website, because we put little sneak peeks up there of when things are coming and what's coming soon. So I hope that's explained a little bit for you. They are on the way. Hopefully it won't be too much longer. But yeah, sign up to the newsletter and you will be the first to know. So, thank you all so much for joining me today. This has been all about the fabulous 5x7 and 6x6 nesting dies. So I'll give you a little recap of what the dies look like and of course where you can buy them tonight. So, let me pop the overhead camera in. There we go. We'll move that card out of the way and we'll bring in the beautiful die sets. So these are the 4 new dies that today has been all about. These are the 5x5, 5x7 and 6x6 decorative dies. They are absolutely beautiful. So we've got the gorgeous 5x7 rectangles. We have got the 5x7 ovals. We've got the 6x6 squares and the 6x6 circles. And what we've done as well is, these are decorative dies, but we haven't just put the same decorative edge on each shape because that would be a little bit boring. We have given you a different decorative edge on each shape. So you can see how on the circle you've got like this more beautiful tulip style design. You've then got this beautiful kind of art deco design on the squares. The ovals is a little bit more abstract and lacy. And then again, the decorative rectangles is quite art deco in style. So you can see how beautiful these are going to work on your cards. They are super detailed, really easy to cut. All of these designs will fit in either your standard A5 die cutting machine, or of course you can be using them in your A4 machines as well. You can be using them to die cut your mats and layers. Little topper panels, so you can be stamping your sentiments onto them. You can use them to create frames as well. I think this 5x7 one would be amazing with photos in. I really need to do a little card with that, I think. I might dig some of my photos out from over Christmas and see if I can make a card with that. That might be my little challenge. So yes, so these are the brand new dies. They are all £14.99 each. That's £14.99 each. And they are launching on our website, chloescreativecards.co.uk at 6 p.m. this evening. That is UK time, so we are just after 3 o'clock now. So just under 3 hours to wait, not too long. So yes, all very exciting. Oh, let me just pop the other camera back in, hit the wrong button there. Nearly just gave you all just completely blank screen there. So thank you all for joining me today. I really hope that you've enjoyed today's Facebook Live. If you haven't done so already, please do give us a like on Facebook, subscribe over on YouTube, and of course check out the blog too. We have got loads of inspirational projects on there.